Severe weather warnings right across southern and inland Australia, historic heatwave conditions building, catastrophic fire danger, temperatures approaching 50 degrees Celsius in some areas. This is serious and it demands your attention. Sunday, the 25th of January 2026. If you are watching this, you need to understand what S coming, not tomorrow, not next week, starting today. And I've gone through all the latest data from the Bureau of Meteorology, examined the model outputs, looked at the synoptic patterns, and what we were seeing is genuinely concerning. Right now, conditions across Australia couldn't be more varied, and it's worth understanding where we're starting from before we get into what S developing. Sydney S sitting pretty, 24 to 27 degrees today. Clear skies, light winds turning northeasterly, 15 to 25 kilometres per hour. Pleasant summer Sunday, but don't to let that fool you. UV extreme at 11. Sun protection 9 a.m. to 5:10 p.m. Hobart S, the same story. Top of 25, mornings 9 to 12 degrees. Escape the mainland heat entirely. Perfect conditions if you read down there. Perth has got an unusual situation. Unseasonable cold front came through, only 25 degrees today. That's cooler than Sydney, cooler than Hobart. In the middle of summer, some lingering showers from yesterday. Actually ideal weather for outdoor activities, which is rare to say about Perth in late January. Melbourne starts cool this morning, 14 to 16 degrees. But it warms quickly to 25, 26 by this arvo. Northwesterly to northeasterly winds 20 to 30 kilometres per hour. UV extreme at 12. Seems reasonable enough for a summer Sunday. Here S where it shifts. Brisbane S already feeling it. 38 degrees forecast today. That breaks the previous record of 33.4 set on the 17th of January. Humidity 75 to 80%. That makes it feel far worse than the actual temperature. Morning temps 22 to 24, climbing very quickly. If you are in Brisbane, you're already dealing with the hottest day of the year so far. Drink plenty of water. Avoid outdoor activity during peak heat. Seek air-conditioned spaces. Check on kids and elderly neighbours. Scattered showers possible this afternoon, but they want to provide much relief. Canberra hits 36 today. Cool morning still, 13 to 15 degrees, but temps rise very quickly. The diurnal range is huge, over 20 degrees difference between morning and afternoon. Light winds turning northerly to northeasterly, 15 to 25 kilometres per hour. Possible storms in the west this arvo. Now here's what you need to understand about Canberra. Today, S36 degrees will actually be the coolest day of the week ahead. Monday 36, Tuesday 42, Wednesday 42 or higher. That S not a forecast. That S what the models are showing with high confidence. Adelaide 36 to 37 degrees today. This is just the beginning. Saturday the 26th over 40 degrees. Monday the 27th 42 to 43 degrees. Fire danger extreme today. Escalating to catastrophic tomorrow on the York Peninsula when the heat combines with strong northwesterly winds. Darwin S doing what Darwin does this time of year. Middle of the wet season. Top of 32. Morning temps 26 to 27. Humidity over 80%. High chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly this arvo and evening. Rainfall could range from 2 millimetres to over 20. UV still extreme at 13 despite cloud cover. Best to plan outdoor activities for the morning. Avoid the arvo when storm chances are highest. That's the current situation. Pleasant on the coasts. Building heat inland. But what's coming is far more significant. Let me show you what S driving this. We've got a blocking high pressure system setting up over the Tasman Sea. Strong and stationary, that is preventing any relief from the east. At the same time, we've got a deep heat trough developing across the interior. That is pulling hot air down from central Australia and funneling it across South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales and southern Queensland. The upper level pattern shows a ridge amplifying across southern Australia. That S creating subsidence. Sinking air, clear skies, maximum heating. The jet stream has been pushed well south of the continent. No cold fronts coming through to break the pattern. Not for at least 5 to 7 days. IV looked at the Access model, the Australian Bureau S primary forecast tool. IV looked at the GFS, the American Global Model. IV looked at the ECMWF, the European model. They all in agreement that S rare for this level of extreme heat, and it tells you something about the confidence in this forecast. All three models show temperatures reaching the mid to high 40s across inland South Australia, Western Victoria, Western New South Wales and Southern Queensland. Some model runs are suggesting 48, even 49 degrees in isolated inland areas. A few runs are nudging 50 degrees. Now, I'm not going to sit here and guarantee 50-degree temperatures. Weather forecasting doesn't work that way. But the potential is there. The atmospheric setup supports it, the energy balance supports it, and we need to take that seriously. Let me put this in historical context because many of you remember Australia's worst heat waves. Black Saturday, 7th of February 2009, Victoria. Temperatures hit 46.4 degrees in Melbourne. Some areas of Victoria reached higher. The conditions that day contributed to the deadliest bushfires in Australian history. 173 people died, over 400 fires, 450,000 hectares burned. The 2009 heatwave wasn't just one day. It was a prolonged event, 3 days of extreme heat. Adelaide hit 45.7, Melbourne 46.4, inland areas even higher. The combination of heat, low humidity and strong winds created catastrophic fire conditions. What we're re-looking at now has the potential to match or exceed those conditions, not just for one day, for 5, possibly 6 or 7 days. That's why the Bureau of Meteorology is issuing severe heatwave warnings. That's why fire authorities are moving to catastrophic fire danger ratings. Let us break down the forecast region by region, day by day, so you understand exactly what's coming and when. South Australia. URE first in line, Sunday today, 36 to 37 degrees across Adelaide and surrounding areas. Inland regions already hitting the low 40s. Northern parts of the state could see 43, 44 degrees, Monday the 26th. Adelaide reaches 40 to 42 degrees. Inland areas 45 to 47. The Yorke Peninsula, Eyre Peninsula, Mid-North all under extreme fire danger. Catastrophic fire danger for the Yorke Peninsula. That is the highest warning level. It means if a fire starts, it will be uncontrollable. Lives and homes will be at risk. Tuesday, the 27th. The peak day for South Australia. Adelaide could hit 43 degrees. Inland areas 46 to 48. Some models showing 49 in parts of the Riverland and Northwest pastoral districts. Strong north to northwesterly winds 25 to 40 kilometres per hour, gusting higher. Humidity dropping below 10% in some areas. Catastrophic fire danger expanding across more of the state. Wednesday the 28th, slight easing but still extreme. Adelaide 40 to 41, inland areas 44 to 46. Thursday the 29th, the pattern starts to shift. A weak change moves through, but it's not a strong, cool change. Adelaide drops to 38. Still hot. Inland areas 40 to 42. South Australia, if you're in high-risk areas, particularly the Yorke Peninsula, Mid-North, Lower Eyre Peninsula, you need to be preparing now, not tomorrow. Now, Victoria. Your turn comes Monday and peaks Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday today. Melbourne 25 to 26. Seems pleasant. Inland areas warmer. Mildura already 38. Echuca 37. Monday the 26th. Melbourne 33 to 35. Inland areas jump significantly. Mildura 43, Swan Hill 42, Horsham 41. The Wimmera and Mallee regions are under extreme fire danger. Tuesday the 27th. This is Victoria's critical day. Melbourne could hit 42 to 44 degrees. That would approach the record of 46.4 set on Black Saturday. Inland areas 45 to 47. Some western districts possibly 48. Strong northerly winds ahead of a weak change. Fire danger catastrophic across the Wimmera, Mallee and parts of the Central Highlands. Wednesday the 28th, a change moves through Melbourne overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday morning, but it's not a strong southerly buster, more of an easing than a break. Melbourne drops to 38 to 40, still hot. Inland areas 42 to 45. Fire danger remains extreme. Thursday the 29th, Melbourne 35 to 37. Inland areas 38 to 42. Still above average, still uncomfortable, but easing from the peak. Victoria, you've been through this before. Black Saturday, Ash Wednesday back in 1983. You know what extreme heat and catastrophic fire danger means. Don't underestimate this one. New South Wales, the heat arrives Monday, peaks Tuesday and Wednesday. Sunday today, Sydney 24 to 27, Central Coast similar, Newcastle 26, but head inland and it's a different story. Dubbo 38, Bourke 41, Broken Hill 42. Monday the 26th, Sydney warms to 32 to 34, humidity rises, Penrith and western suburbs could hit 38, inland areas climb significantly, Dubbo 43, Bourke 45, Broken Hill 44. The central west and far west under extreme fire danger. Tuesday the 27th, Sydney 36 to 38. Western suburbs 40 to 42. That is hot for the Sydney Basin. Inland areas 46 to 48. Bourke, Wilcannia, Cobar all potentially hitting 47, 48 degrees. Some models showing localised areas near 50 in the far west. Strong north to northwesterly winds 30 to 45 kilometres per hour. Fire danger catastrophic for western districts. Wednesday the 28th. A weak change moves through Sydney overnight. overnight, but western areas remain hot. Sydney drops to 34 to 36, Penrith 38, inland areas 44 to 46. Fire danger remains extreme across the west. Thursday the 29th, Sydney 32 to 34, inland areas 38 to 42. Conditions gradually easing but still well above average. New South Wales, particularly those in western districts, this is serious. If you're in areas like Dubbo, Orange, Bathurst, heading further west to Broken Hill, Bourke, Cobar, you are looking at multiple days of extreme to catastrophic fire danger. Queensland. Southern parts are in the firing line. Sunday today, Brisbane 38 degrees, already the hottest day of the year. Inland areas even hotter. Roma 42, Charleville 43, Monday the 26th. Brisbane stays hot, 37 to 39. Ipswich and western suburbs 40 to 42. Inland southern Queensland climbs higher. Roma 45, Charleville 46, St George 45, Tuesday the 27th. The peak day for southern Queensland. Brisbane could hit 40 to 41. That would be approaching record territory. Inland areas 46 to 48. The Darling Downs, Maranoa and Western Downs under extreme to catastrophic fire danger. Wednesday the 28th. Slight easing. Brisbane 38 to 39. Inland areas 44 to 46. Fire danger remains extreme. Thursday the 29th, Brisbane 36 to 37, inland areas 40 to 43, gradual improvement but still hot. Southern Queensland, you done to see heat like this every summer. This is unusual even for you. Bushfire season isn't typically your biggest concern, but with these temperatures and low humidity, it becomes one. Let me talk about the fire danger specifically because this is where the real risk lies. Fire danger isn't just about temperature. It's a combination of temperature, humidity, wind speed and fuel moisture. The Bureau of Meteorology and fire agencies use the Forest Fire Danger Index and Grass Fire Danger Index to calculate risk. Catastrophic fire danger means if a fire starts, it will be extremely fast moving, extremely intense and uncontrollable. Spot fires will start ahead of the main fire front. Ember attack will occur kilometres ahead of the fire. Firefighters will not be able to contain it. Lives and properties will be at extreme risk. Under catastrophic conditions, the only safe option is to leave early. Do not stay and defend. Do not wait to see what happens. Do not think your property is well prepared enough. Leave early. Tomorrow, Saturday the 26th, we have catastrophic fire danger declared for the Yorke Peninsula in South Australia. That's the first area. But as the heatwave progresses Tuesday and Wednesday, catastrophic ratings will likely expand to include parts of Victoria, Western New South Wales and possibly southern Queensland. Total fire bans will be in place across South Australia, Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. That means no fires whatsoever, no barbecues, no campfires, no burning off, no use of machinery that could create sparks. I want to be very clear about what you need to do. This isn't the optional. This isn't a suggestion. This is what keeps you alive. For your health during extreme heat, drink water constantly, not when you are thirsty, before you're thirsty. Aim for at least 3 litres per day. More if you are active or working outside. Avoid alcohol and caffeine. They dehydrate you. Stay in air-conditioned spaces. If you don't have air conditioning at home, go to shopping centres, libraries, community centres, cinemas, anywhere with cooling. Don't try to tough it out at home in 45-degree heat. People die from that. Never leave children or pets in cars. Not for 5 minutes. Not with the windows cracked. In 40-degree heat, a car's interior can reach 60 to 70 degrees within 10 minutes. That's fatal. Check on elderly neighbours, family members and friends with medical conditions. Heat kills older Australians. It kills people with heart conditions, respiratory conditions, diabetes. A phone call could save a life. A visit to make sure they are coping could save a life. Wear light, loose-fitting, light-coloured clothing, cotton or linen, not synthetic fabrics. They trap heat. Use SPF 50+ sunscreen. UV will be extreme across all affected areas, 11 to 13 depending on location. You can get severe sunburn in 15 to 20 minutes. Avoid strenuous activity during the heat of the day. If you must work outside, do it early morning or late evening. Take regular breaks in the shade or indoors. Know the signs of heat exhaustion and heat stroke. Heat exhaustion, heavy sweating, weakness, dizziness, nausea, headache, cool, clammy skin. Heat stroke, high body temperature above 39 degrees, hot, dry skin, rapid pulse, confusion, loss of consciousness. Heat stroke is a medical emergency. Call 000 immediately. For bushfire preparation, update your bushfire survival plan today. If you're done to have one, create one now. The Country Fire Authority, Rural Fire Service and other state fire agencies have templates on their websites. Clean up around your property, clear dry leaves from gutters, remove branches near the house, clear dry grass and vegetation within 30 metres of buildings, remove flammable materials like timber piles, old furniture, anything that could fuel a fire. Prepare an emergency kit, important documents in waterproof containers, medications for at least a week, water, non-perishable food, torch, battery-powered radio, phone chargers, change of clothing, cash, list of emergency contacts, know at least 2 escape routes from your area, primary route and backup route. Roads can be blocked by fire, fallen trees or other vehicles. You need options. Fill your car with fuel now. Don T, wait until Saturday. Don T, wait until you see smoke. Petrol stations may close or run out of fuel during emergencies. If you have livestock, have a plan. Move them to safer paddocks with minimal fuel. Ensure they have access to water. If you must evacuate, understand you may not be able to take them with you. Discuss with your family whether you will stay and defend or leave early. If you choose to stay and defend, you must be physically and mentally prepared. You must have proper equipment, woolen clothing, goggles, leather gloves, respirator or P2 mask. You must have water supply for firefighting. You must understand that you could die if the fire overruns your property, but understand this. On catastrophic fire danger days, the only safe option is to leave early. Fire authorities are clear about this. They will not sugarcoat it. They've seen what happens when people stay. Download your State S Emergency app. For South Australia, that S the Alert SA app. For Victoria, VIC Emergency. For New South Wales, Fires Near Me, New South Wales, and Emergency Alert. For Queensland, the Queensland Fire and Emergency Services app. These will give you real-time warnings, road closures, and evacuation orders. Monitor weather updates from the Bureau of Meteorology, the website bom.gov.au or their mobile app. Updates every hour during extreme events. Listen to local ABC radio. They coordinate with emergency services during bushfire emergencies. They'll have the most current information about fire locations, road closures and evacuation centres. If you are in an area under catastrophic fire danger tomorrow or Tuesday, seriously consider leaving today or first thing tomorrow morning. Don T, wait. Don T, assume it'll be fine. Don T, assume your property is well prepared. Catastrophic means catastrophic. Many of you have lived through bad fire seasons. Some of you remember Ash Wednesday, 16th of February 1983, South Australia and Victoria. 75 people died, 3,800 buildings destroyed, fires travelled 40 kilometres in just 4 hours, wind gusts over 100 kilometres per hour, temperatures over 40 degrees, humidity below 10%. Some of you remember Black Saturday. You know what those conditions do. You've seen the aftermath. You've lost friends, neighbours, family. This system has the potential to create similar conditions, perhaps worse in some areas because of the duration. This isn't a one bad day. This is 5 to 7 days of sustained extreme heat with multiple days of catastrophic fire danger. I am not trying to scare you. I am trying to make sure you understand the severity. The Bureau doesn't issue these warnings lightly. Fire agencies, Don T, declare catastrophic fire danger as a precaution. They do it because the science, the data and the conditions support it. Now, there's been some discussion about whether temperatures could actually reach 50 degrees. Let me address that directly. The highest reliably recorded temperature in Australia was 50.7 degrees Celsius at Oodnadatta in South Australia on the 2nd of January 1960. That is the official record. We've had other extreme readings. Marty Station in Western Australia recorded 50.5 in 1967, but that is not considered an official record due to equipment issues. Cloncurry in Queensland hit 53.1 in 1989, but that record was later invalidated. The point is, 50-degree temperatures are rare but not impossible in Australia. We've reached them before in extreme heat waves. The atmospheric conditions this week could support temperatures approaching that level in isolated inland areas. Will we hit 50 exactly? I don't know. The models show 48 to 49 in some locations. Localised effects, urban heat islands, exposure and other factors could push isolated spots higher. But whether it S48, 49 or 50, it doesn't change what you need to do. It's all catastrophically hot. It's all dangerous. The difference between 48 and 50 degrees is academic when it comes to fire danger and health risk. Let me talk about what happens after the peak. Thursday the 29th and Friday the 30th, we start to see gradual easing across most areas. Temperatures drop from the extreme highs but remain well above average. Adelaide might be 38 instead of 43, Melbourne 35 instead of 42. That is still hot, that is still uncomfortable, but it's improvement from the peak. A trough system will move through late in the week, possibly bringing a proper southerly change to southern areas, but the models are showing this will be weak and slow moving. It won to be a strong southerly buster that drops temperatures 15 degrees in an hour. It'll be more gradual. There's potential for thunderstorm activity ahead of the change, particularly across inland areas. Dry lightning is a significant concern. Lightning without rain can start fires in extremely dry fuels. If we get isolated storms Tuesday or Wednesday afternoon ahead of the change and they re-dry, we could see multiple ignitions across wide areas. Looking further ahead into early February, the extended models suggest we'll settle into a more typical summer pattern. Not cool, still summer. But not this extreme sustained heat. Temperatures returning to low to mid-30s for southern capitals. That would be a relief after what we're about to experience, but that's 10 to 14 days away. Right now, we need to focus on getting through the next week. I want to address something I am seeing in comments and discussions online. Some people are saying this is exaggerated. Some are saying the media always overhypes heat waves. Some are saying we've had hot summers before and survived. That's true. We have had hot summers before. We have survived extreme heat. Australians are resilient. You've lived through harsh conditions, but that doesn't mean we ignore warnings. That doesn't mean we don't prepare. Black Saturday killed 173 people. Many of them experienced bushfire survivors who thought they knew what they were doing. Many of them had survived previous fires. The conditions on that day were beyond what they'd experienced before. This heat wave is forecast to be of similar or greater magnitude, multiple days. Widespread area, catastrophic fire danger. That's not media hype, that is meteorological fact based on current data and model outputs. Prepare. Take it seriously. But don't panic. Panic doesn't help, preparation does. Check your bushfire plan, check your emergency kit, make sure your family knows what to do, make sure elderly neighbours are okay. Fill the car with fuel, download the emergency apps, clear the gutters, stock up on water and non-perishable food. These are simple, practical steps that could save your life or the lives of people you care about. One last thing, if you are not in the affected areas, if you are in Perth or Darwin or Hobart or far north Queensland, reach out to family and friends who are. A phone call matters, an offer to let someone stay at your place for a few days matters, checking in matters. We get through these things together. That is how Australia works. We look after our mates, we look after our neighbours, we help where we can, stay safe, monitor the warnings, follow the advice from emergency services, and we'll get through this. That's your weather forecast for the 25th of January 2026 and the week ahead. Severe heat wave, catastrophic fire danger.